Hey everybody, welcome back, and we have got a great lesson for you here today. We're going to be working with some rectangles today and dividing them into rows and columns to figure out the area within a rectangle. Now, a few things we need to make sure we know and understand is, what is a rectangle, first of all? Well, a rectangle, remember, is that shape that's four sides. It's got four corners, but not all the sides may be the same length like a square would be. So we may have different looking rectangles, but that's okay. And so when we're talking about rows and columns, now rows are going to be going across. So whenever I think of a row, this would be one row here on top, then I've got a second row going across the bottom. So they go horizontally. Now, a column is different. A column is vertical. It goes up and down. So I would have a column here and here. You might think of columns outside of a building. They might be those kind of big pillars that go up and down and help support a structure. Well, that's a column. So it's vertical. Now, let's go to the chalkboard and see if we can come up with some examples of what we're talking about to find the area. All right, so we've got a few rectangles here, and let's say that our goal is to create a rectangle that has 2 rows and 4 columns. Now, if we're going to divide our rectangle into 2 rows and 4 columns, I'm going to have to draw some lines, and as we draw these, one of the things we want to be mindful of is to try and make all the little squares we're going to make the same size. So we'll do our best, and if I'm going to have 2 rows in my rectangle, I'm going to draw one straight across the middle. Remember that rows go horizontally, so I'm looking to go across here. So I've now got 2 rows, but we also said we need 4 columns. Now, to create 4 columns, I'm going to need some vertical lines going up and down. So let's do 1, 2, 3 lines, and now count up the columns to make sure we did that right. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different columns. We did it. So now we've created our rectangle with 2 rows and 4 columns. But we also want to figure out how much area or how many square units does our rectangle have. Well, to do that, we would count up all the squares on the inside. So I can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So our rectangle has 8 square units. Let's try one more and see if we can come up with it. So this time, let's create a rectangle that has 2 rows but 3 columns. Well, to do that, I'm going to need that same line going across, so I have my 2 rows. Now we said 3 columns this time, so I need one less line going up and down vertically. So I'm going to do 1, 2, and now you can see, hey, we did it. We've got 3 columns for our rectangle. But to find that area, we've got to add up all of those little squares. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 square units in this rectangle. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you again real soon.